Hey family. Um Hope everybody's having a blessed day or had a blessed day. Um there's some things I want to share with you guys today. Uh just some good news that I want to share with you. This past Sunday, my wife and I were baptized, and so woohoo, praise Jesus for that. Um so fruit is we're bearing fruit, we're producing fruit, um as all this that we continue to do as a body, all you guys who are sharing your dreams and making videos and making and sharing warnings that you're giving. This isn't for, I know you guys, we don't do this for ourselves. This is not out of our own power. This is from God. This is a call. This is doing God's work, and we are here to just help each other and to lift each other up and to build each other up as the word says that we should be doing. So for those who tend to have negative words instead of giving some type of encouragement, I feel that I need to comment on that because I've been seeing a lot of that lately, and the Lord's given me a thick skin. You kind of have to, if you're doing the Lord's work. You're going to be hated. The word says that we will be hated for his name's sake. So but our own brothers and sisters should not be coming on to our videos or anyone's videos and like you say you have someone has an interpretation and you don't agree with that interpretation. Well, there's not always going to be one specific right interpretation of a dream or a message. Yes, there are foundations, there are a basic point. There's a basic point usually that the Lord wants to give, but certain symbols may mean different things to different people, because you may be a painter and I may be an athlete. So a shoe may mean something different to you than it's going to mean to me. Just throwing out an example. So if you have something to comment about someone's dream and or the way that they're explaining their dreams, give that out in love. Be aware of how you're speaking to people. Be aware that, make sure that if you're trying to help that person maybe better give an interpretation in a better way, or to have more accuracy in their interpretation, or if you feel as though you've been given a different meaning, share that, but share it in a loving manner. Be gentle. Don't just shoot at people, because that's how you cause angst and anger, rile somebody up. Like, I mean, even though we shouldn't be easily riled up anyway if we have the Spirit in us, but the point is, if you have something to say, say it in a nice manner. Say things in an uplifting way to help your brother or sister. I just felt like I had to get that off my chest before I shared these videos. So, these dreams. So, I had a couple interesting dreams last night. Someone had sent me a message about something about Brazil, and this was late last night, I kind of was getting attacked on Monday night, and then I found out Tuesday that there was a black mass Monday night. A black mass was held Monday night, so it made sense of why it was such a rough night. So if you don't know, those witches are really out there. This is real stuff. They really send out demons to attack us, to attack the Christians. That is what they do. They pray, they open up doors, and they pray against us. You know, they do spells and conjure and call demonic entities, wickedness in high places to come against us. So we have to stay in prayer, and we have to pray that we are covered in the blood of Jesus, and that we're covered in his armor, and that we have our shield of faith, and we have our swords of the Spirit to defend ourselves. So I said all that kind of went off track there, but I had this dream where I saw a news clip saying something about Brazil, and I didn't really see all of it because I kind of woke up as soon as I heard Brazil. So I'm not sure exactly what it was talking about, but it was a news clip about Brazil, and it seemed like it was like a urgent, like a red alert, or a something that was an emergency. So this next dream that I want to share, I heard a man speaking, and he had a Spanish accent, and he was talking about a dimension, and he said that this was the most important dimension. I remember him saying that this was the most important dimension. And then he said that the news, that the government and the people of the earth would say that this was nothing, that it was not important, but that was a lie, and it was a cover-up. And he was, whatever this thing that's going to come out about, something about a dimension, he said that they're going to cover it up and say it's nothing big and it's nothing important, but that's a lie. So I guess we're going to keep our eyes on that. Then I had the next dream. It was a flash dream, and I saw myself and someone else, and we were lifting some object out of a box, and I heard, "Be careful because we don't know who broke the seal." So immediately I'm like, a seal's broken? What seal's broken? So I'm gonna come back to that. The next dream was very interesting, and it was really important because I believe this is connecting and speaking more on things that I've been having dreams about, and that's mainly talking about the war in heaven that's been going on, is going on, or about to be going on, whichever part of the timeline that is. It's now. So I was in my bedroom, and I was playing with these action figures. I was my current age, which I'm 30, but I felt like I was a child, and I know that I felt like a child because the word says that we should have that we should be like children. We should have a childlike faith, and as being innocent, and the way that we come to Jesus, and we are children of God. So I know that's what that was referring to. So I had two main figures, action figures, that I was playing with, and I was making them fight each other like you would do, like you would see like a 8, 9, 10-year-old, whatever, playing with their action figures, making them fight each other and, you know, throwing them all around and stuff like that. And at first, I remember the two action figures. They they looked similar, like they looked the same kind of. And then like later on in the dream, one of them changed and he was all black. So I'm going to give the interpretation on this after I give the dream. My sister then came in the room. She came walking in the room, and she was coming to see what I was doing. And I had told her that I wasn't crazy, and I wasn't talking to myself, but I was playing around with these toys. And then she had said she hoped that I wasn't crazy. And then she had told me something about her son, which she doesn't have a son. She has a daughter, and my niece is about to be 17. So, like, there's no thought of her having any more kids. So I know this is symbolic. Her son in the dream was 4 years old, and she said that he was playing with toys too. And she asked him what he was doing, and then he said that he yelled, and he was like, "I'm talking to myself," like in a real disrespectful manner. So I don't know what was up with that, but then the next scene, I noticed that there was an object laying on the floor, and it was wrapped up. It was wrapped up in some kind of wrap. I don't know. It looked almost like duct tape, but it was like some kind of wrap, and it was a lot bigger than the other two toys that I was playing with. So my sister had asked me what it was. She was like, "What's that?" So I took it, I picked it up, and then I started unwrapping it, and I noticed that it was another toy. It was another like toy figurine inside. So I got all the wrapping off, and then I noticed, I realized that it was this character from the Incredible Hulk series, one of the bad guys. That's name is Abomination. And then I woke up from there. So what this dream means, it's speaking about the war in heaven. It's speaking about the war in heaven. It's speaking about when Satan gets thrown down to the earth and the demons get thrown down to the earth. And it's speaking about the abomination of desolation. So the two characters, the two figurines that I was playing with originally in the beginning of the dream, they were angels. They were representing the two sides, the good and the evil. And that's why at first they looked the same, because originally the angels were all heavenly angels. They were all good. And then the ones that left their posts, that were deceived by Satan, and then they became the dark angels. So that's when that other figurine became all black. And I was making them fight each other, like boom, 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 fighting. And that was representing the war that's going on, the war that broke out in heaven when Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his demons. So I believe that I've been having so many dreams about this, because that's going on right now. Right now in heaven is the war, and the war is broken out, and they are fighting and they are throwing demons down. That's why we're having so much tribulation and spiritual warfare being attacked, because these demons are being thrown down, and they're attacking us now. So because at one point in the dream, I had knocked down one of the toys, like knocked them down to the floor. So that was a symbol of the demons being knocked down to the earth, being kicked out of heaven. So Then the fact that I saw that toy that was being unwrapped, that was being unveiled, and it was the Abomination. That's what the name of that character is, Abomination. He's a monster, it kind of looks like a demon, and his name is Abomination. So that's what that was talking about. So I had looked up to see, or after I had this dream and I understood all that, I was thinking about, is the war in heaven, Satan being thrown down, and the Abomination of Desolation around the same time? So I found this study, and it is. All that is basically simultaneously. Happens simultaneously. So I'm going to read you the part of this study that explains this. So it says, let's look at it from another angle. We also can know that the Abomination of Desolation begins the Great Tribulation. Matthew 24:15, 16, or 24:15 to 16 says, "When ye therefore shall see the Abomination of Desolation spoken of by Daniel, and Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place," and then he says, "Whoso readeth," and it says, "Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judaea flee into the mountains." And then he says in Revelation 24:21, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." So at the casting down of Satan, it launches a time, times, and half a time tribulation. At the time of the Abomination of Desolation, it launches a great tribulation, such as never has been before, nor ever again shall be. So this puts the casting down of Satan and the Abomination of Desolation at the same time. Both of them mark the beginning of the Great Tribulation. And then he says, notice that the war in heaven also is specifically described as triggering the Great Tribulation. Daniel 12:1 says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered." And then he says, it isn't all bad news. "Everyone that shall be found written in the book, the Lamb's Book of Life." Some of the Jewish people will have their name written in the Lamb's Book of Life. So the war in heaven and the Abomination of Desolation occur at approximately the same time. It appears that they are almost simultaneous. So, this is all connecting because I recently had that dream about the Great Tribulation period, where I was explaining to that girl, and that was part of that family when we were in those caverns, socializing, and I was explaining to her the reason why they had to go through the Great Tribulation. So I believe the Lord is telling me that this time, this part of the timeline is right around the corner, or it's like basically here. And I also was given a revelation on a lot of the reasons why we as a body have been having so many dreams, and so many people have been feeling like they've been traveling at night when they're sleeping, doing things in the spirit, going to the heavens, and returning and doing things like that. Well, I always thought this one verse that I'm about to talk about was talking about natural means, but this is talking about a spiritual thing. So what I'm referring to is Daniel 12:4. which says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So from somebody, a study that somebody did before that I was reading, they were talking about that relating to natural means, like how people travel a lot more now, are able to travel a lot more now because of different forms of transportation and having media, so you can easily travel in a sense from one place to another, and knowledge is increasing, like technology and things like that. But what I understand from that now is that this is talking about a spiritual aspect, meaning many will travel to and fro from heaven and earth, and knowledge will increase. And that is what we're doing now. So we are fulfilling this verse, this prophecy right now. Many of you brothers and sisters out there, we are fulfilling this prophecy right now, this very moment. And many of us feel like we are going back and forth to heaven, and we're bringing all this different knowledge, all these things that the Lord has been revealing to us and telling us and teaching us and guiding us, and our knowledge is increasing. So that is what this is speaking about, and this is again in Daniel. So Daniel, as I was saying, that Daniel had spoke about that in that same area of that verse 12:4, Daniel was also talking about the abomination of desolation. So this is all connected, like all these things are connected, and God is revealing these things as he told me in that recent dream that I shared with you guys, where he said that in the meantime, while he's on his way, he will reveal hidden truths to us. And I understand that that was talking about us receiving understanding of things that we don't understand yet. So now we're starting to understand these things, these prophecies that have been written for many years, and now these books are being opened to us. The heavens are open to us, and we're traveling back and forth as the Lord is using us and allowing us to do so as we have access. So I went over a lot longer than I was trying to go on this video, but either way, thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate your love, your encouragement. Keep me in prayer. I'll keep you guys in prayer as I do every day. I love you, and God bless. I'll talk to you soon.